Every time I go from behind me, is like keeps inching forward. It's like, dude, I need room to move. Come on, bro. Anyway, hi everybody. I headed to an IKEA task that, to be quite frank, I'm not really looking forward to. I mean, the furniture is going to be. It's dealing with this client. Before I get into that, quickie update on the whole dog bite thing. The only reason why I keep talking about it is because it's good for you guys to know in the future. Like, hey, like, how do you react in this scenario, you know? And I think I might actually have to stop at Walmart because... No, it should clear up. It's... that the wiper portion of it came off, so they're not really doing anything for the water. I mean, it sprinkled quite a little bit, came down a little bit before I left, and now, I mean, now it's not really coming down, but there's still shit on my windshield. Stuff on my windshield. Anyway, so, you guys want to know about the dog bite. Okay, I'll tell you more about the dog bite. There's not really much to say. You know, I went to the doctor, did all that stuff yesterday. But unfortunately, TaskRabbit has been really apprehensive about contacting me at all. You know, into their policies team would take care of this for me. But they're sending. Where's on with them? Now kind of died down. There's still a bunch out here, don't get me wrong, but not as many as a week ago. You know, there are some that actually flew in the house to take care of business to kill them. You know, some of the people in my life I told about that event were upset that I killed these grasshoppers that came in my house, and it's like, they entered without permission, therefore they needed to be executed. I mean, what do you want me to say? It's like, I don't want these bugs in my house, so I'm gonna get rid of them. And they're too stupid to figure it out to go outside, so I'm just gonna smash them with a broomstick. And a few magazines. Anyway. Yeah, so... Yeah, TaskRabbit, they really, like, dropped the ball on this one. Like, they won't contact me at all about this issue. It's really kind of upsetting. And I do know there are certain avenues I can take, but I don't know what those avenues are. You know, I do know that there is a way I can get this handled. I do not have the information currently to know how to go about doing all this. So, you know, in retrospect, I think what I would have done is after talking to support, I would have jotted down a lot more information from my client. You know, because support told me to leave, and so being dumb, I was like, all right, I'm gonna listen to support. I should have gotten the homeowner's information. Kind of gone from there. But I don't know. And the VA really didn't do much either, which I was surprised. But according to my primary care physician, she's like, there's not really much we can do unless we know whether or not the dog's okay. Usually how dog bites work is the dog has to be checked out, and then we proceed from there. You know, we can help you with the physical injury, but as far as like, what if the dog is not up to date on the shots? What if like there's a tetanus problem or something? But I'm up to date on my tetanus, so I'm good for that. You know, there's different things that need to be taken care of. So, and without, you know, that's kind of up to TaskRabbit to kind of make their way to, because it was a workplace related injury, and that's a weird gray zone for the VA. The VA will help you, like, yeah, we'll help you is all that we can, but legally speaking, if it's a workplace incident, you're kind of supposed to go through your work. That's how it kind of works. But because it's like this independent contractor thing, you don't really have that option, so it's really bizarre in how we're supposed to handle this. But they still they checked me out nonetheless, documented everything. So anyway, I'm headed down to this IKEA job, and I'm really not looking forward to it. This is another one of those clients that does not understand TaskRabbit. let alone they don't understand IKEA. And I gotta say this, it's kind of IKEA's fault, because whoever was working at the register, whoever was like, because they bought all this stuff to get delivered and everything like that. The lady's like, oh, do you want it to be assembled as well? And they're like, oh, of course we do. It's like, okay, so she set up the assembly for them. She gave them the date and time, and they were like, okay, so Wednesday at 10 a.m. Perfect. Then it gets sent over to me. All it says is bed frame with storage. I asked the lady, hey, do you have the article number for this, just so I can get a better gauge of how long it's going to take. She then says, I don't have the article number. Look at your invoice. See you at 10 on Wednesday. And I'm like, no, that's not how it works. So I called her, and I was like, yeah, my invoice only says bed frame with storage. It doesn't have the article number. In order to properly schedule this, I need the article number to make sure I'm not going to run over on time, because I do have other stuff going on. And she's like, well, we were there and you put all the information in, and she kept like referring to me as the one that sold her everything. And I was like, excuse me, ma'am, do you think that I was the one that was working the register? You were, weren't you? Like, go on your computer and figure it out. I'm like, it doesn't work that way. I'm not that person. Whoever helped you at IKEA, I'm not them. So I had to explain what TaskRabbit is. Like, hey, we're like a third-party contracting company. Whenever IKEA has furniture assembly, they contact us and we go out and take care of it. That's how it works. And the whole time we're talking, she's like, we need to look in your computer because we have more stuff that needs to be assembled. I don't know why it's saying only one for you. You should be assembling like 4 or 5 items. I'm like, that's perfectly fine. I can assemble all that. I'm not going to be able to start at 10. I'm not going to be able to start till 2:30 because of my scheduling conflicts and how long it would take. And she just kept going on and on, like, look in your computer, make the adjustments. And I'm like, ma'am, I don't have a computer. I don't, like, it doesn't work that way. We don't have access to the same information that IKEA has in their computers and stuff. So I really don't know what to tell you, ma'am. And she was at a loss. Like, I can't really blame the lady. Like, she doesn't understand. And here's the difficult part: is the house that I'm going to is not even. So the lady that I called, the one that bought the assembly, that paid for it, she's not actually the person or the location of which I'm going. So it's actually her sister. So the house I'm going to and assembling everything, that's fine, but the actual client that's on my list is not there. So that's going to be interesting too, because once I'm there, I gotta look at all the items. I gotta then text the client, call the client, let them know, hey, here's what we gotta do. Here's how this is all gonna work. And also, there's a lot of issues I've noticed lately with clients that whenever there's a difficulty that can easily be remedied by just the client having the TaskRabbit app, they refuse to download it. There was one client I had that's like, well, we're having a billing issue with iTunes, so we can't download any apps on our iPhones. And I'm like, okay, if you have a billing issue with something from the App Store, what makes me think that you're going to be able to pay for this service? You know? So I'm headed down now. I'm going to check it out. Hopefully it works out. Hopefully I make some decent coin, right? But we'll see. I don't know. And another issue with TaskRabbit going on right now, I've tried calling them today. Their lines are completely down, and it's like, great, that's wonderful. That really kind of sucks. So it's like, I don't even know, man. So I know I'm going to have to contact support when I get there. Hopefully the live chat can help. Live chat, the people on the phone, in my experience, if you can get them on the phone, are far more helpful than people on the live chat. People on live chat are absolute garbage. All they care, like, nothing to them is an emergency. They tell you, oh, no, not an emergency, buy, not an emergency. Oh, you got bit by a dog? No, it's not really an emergency, buy. Like, oh, you need to add, remove IKEA items? Oh, not an emergency, buy. It's like, oh, a client is holding you at gunpoint? Not an emergency, buy. Like, that's how piss poor life support is. Like, these people, like, TaskRabbit needs to understand something. Your business lives and dies by your employees, okay? The people representing your company, the people that are out there doing the labor to make you successful as a platform, those are the people that really matter, okay? Don't get me wrong, you know, customer service, you know, take care of clients and all that, but if you do not take care of the people that are actively working to make your business successful, then your business will fail. Look at GameStop. Today they laid off a third of their district managers. Why did they do that? Because they failed their employees. They failed their customers, and it resulted in a drop in their stock. The only way to make up for that drop in the stock was to terminate 1/3 of their district managers. 60 people like that without a job. Completely laid off for no reason, just because GameStop, you know, made their failings where they did. So, and I can easily see something like that happening with TaskRabbit. You know, as much as I like this platform, it is the best of the gig economy platforms. But I will tell you what, it still has its issues. Just because you're the best piece of shit in a pile of shit, it's still a pile of shit. You know what I mean? So, take that for what it is, you know. Hopefully they grow and learn from one issue or another. Sooner or later, they're going to get sued. It's going to happen. One of these gig economy companies is going to be sued. They're going to screw over the wrong client, or they're going to screw over enough workers to where something's going to happen. Anyway, so I'm just driving now. So what are you guys up to? What's going on, everybody? I don't really know what I'm in for when I go here, to be perfectly honest with you guys. I have no idea. Yeah, I know it's going to be a shitstorm, because I'm going to get there, and the people that live at the location that it's going to be assembled at, they don't know about any of this stuff. All they know is some guy is coming over to assemble their stuff. They don't know about TaskRabbit. They don't know about what items are set to be built, which ones aren't. Here's the kicker. Apparently, IKEA sold them a service to have their old furniture removed. And I'm like, what? So when I was on the phone, the lady's like, oh, you're going to be taking our old furniture too, right? No. Absolutely not. Why in the world would I do that? We just assemble furniture. That's it. We don't touch anything else. And so she got pissy at me about it. And it's like, I don't want to tell you, lady. All right, I'm trying to help you, and you're getting all upset because you bought something from IKEA, but you did not, as a consumer, do your due diligence to try to grasp and understand how that works. The lady at the register told me XYZ. She could tell you all kinds of crazy stuff, man. At the end of the day, that don't mean that it's true. Yeah, okay, so you paid to have the furniture removed, the old furniture removed. That's cool. That doesn't fall under me, though. So, I don't know what to tell you. So you know what? If that old furniture is still there, I gotta tell them, I can't move this. We just assembled furniture. If you want me to move this into another room and disassemble it and all that stuff, you gotta hire me for that. That's how that works. I am not in the mood to let clients get over on me anymore. You know, I had one of my regulars hit me up for a job this Friday, not this Friday, next Friday, I believe. And No way, I think it was this Friday actually. Yeah, she's totally cool. She's like, hey, I have some stuff I want you to assemble, but I have some other projects in the house that need to be done too. But I'm kind of waiting for those for later. So do you want me to just save this for later? And I was like, no. Let me do it now. Give them to me as they come. You know, I'll take them as they come. And she's like, perfect. I'm like, sweet. You know, there are some clients I get that I would just kill to work with again. I had another client, and I even talked about, here's the crazy thing. So that girl, the really rich girl that will hire me, and every time I've ever told her, look, if you hire me and I talk to you in chat, you have to respond to me in chat. Like, I can't keep doing this with you. And once again, she hired me last night. She wanted me to come by at 10:30 in the morning to take a look at her fountain. And I was like, all right, well, that time frame doesn't really work for me because I have an 11 o'clock. But tell me about the fountain. What can you tell me about it so I have an idea before I go there? Nothing. Hours go by. Finally, this morning, I write her this big long thing once again. It's like every time she hires me, she does this. She's like so entitled to the fact that, oh, if I click on request, that means that he's going to come over. It's like, how many times have I worked for you? How many times have we been through this? How many times has it been, hey, I can help you out, but you have to talk to me in chat? And she always has one excuse or another. And it's like, look, I will work with you. You're not a bad person, but like as far as the professionalism goes, you suck. Okay? You know, you're killing my metrics by the way that you hire me and you just leave jobs open and you never respond to them. And then you wonder why I don't show up. And that's another thing I've had, oh man, here's a really weird one. I've literally had third-party companies hire me on their behalf to do work for them, for one of their clients. Prime example, there's a furniture company that hired me to put together someone's IKEA stuff, right? And so I contacted them, let them know the rundown of everything, and we kind of agreed to a place and time. And they're like, oh yeah, so the person you're going to be in the work for is actually one of our clients. So here's their address, their name, their information. It's like, well, I'm going to probably, need the phone number. I mean, this is kind of weird. I mean, this person's aware of this and everything. It's like, oh yeah, we'll give them your number and all this jazz. Because they had problems, at the time there was problems calling over the app. So instead of calling over the app, we exchanged our normal phone numbers, talk to each other that way. Well, they told the client that everything was good to go, and I had confirmed the task. Well, another task came up, and that particular person needed more stuff done than initially intended. So it was biting into my schedule. So I'm like, all right, I'll help you out. This is going to be it's because that one job would have taken 1 hour, whereas this other job was a 13-hour job that I needed to be there for the whole time. Couldn't make any wiggle room. So I'm like, you know what? I'll give you a hand. I'll cancel this other job. So I reach out. I say, hey, here's what's going on. We can reschedule, but if that time frame doesn't work for you, then I'm gonna have to cancel and look for someone else. The company that had initially hired me, they were like, oh, cool, no worries. We'll pass along the information. Everything's good to go. I cancel the job, take the hit, whatever, move on. Next day, a few hours, in the afternoon, the client somehow received my number from these people. He called me all pissed off. I paid for this service. Where are you? You're supposed to be here. You never showed up. You're 30 minutes late. And I'm like, I already canceled, and you never paid me anything. So I had to break down the entire thing to him. I was like, well, apparently whatever furniture company you hired, they were overbooked. So they actually subcontracted out to me, and I've been in correspondence with them. Turns out the scheduling didn't work out, so they told me that they would pass along that information to you. Apparently they never did. So if you have any issues, you got to go talk to them. Don't come at me like that, But he was all fucking pissed. He was all pissed off. He was all upset. And, oh no, water. Just so you guys know that I am listening to the advice. So for whoever said that earlier, I am listening. You guys matter to me. Your advice matters. Your opinion matters. So here we go. It's not one of those rubber ones. Ah. Tastes nice and metallic. It's a nice area. It's quiet over here. It's like no matter where you go in this town, though, there's crime. It's sad. Everyone's nice and quiet today. That's cool. It's all good. You guys are probably working. You're probably driving. You can't text. I get it, man. I get it. Alright, so I'm gonna make a right here, and I should be there soon. What time is it? Yeah, I should be there within 2 minutes. Alright. Okay. And then I make a right, no, a left and then a right up here. Oh man, if there's a gate code, I'm gonna be so upset. Because they never told me anything. There is. Oh, great. Alright, I have to get a hold of this client. So, as much as I want to keep the stream going, I actually have to call this client. So, I will talk to you guys later. Mace Valor, signing off.